Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are watching and or listening to this theme park news update. I am the CHALL and today Chall Chats Cedar Point. Now, I was preparing for this announcement, but I didn't exactly know what we were preparing for. Now, what they've announced, basically, is the tallest, longest, fastest tilt coaster in North America, Siren's Curse. Now, we do have a lot of content coming up this week. We're going to be going through Redneck's Revenge, the brand new maze at York Maze Howl-O-Scream. We're also going to analyse the latest from Chessington with their newly announced consultation plans for the future. We're going to go through all of that in a separate video. We're going to go through the lineup of Thorpe Park Fright Nights and a bunch of other Halloween events, so stay tuned for those videos. And of course, go and check out the previous updates where we revealed the announcement trailer for Siren's Curse, the aerial overview of Siren's Curse, and also the latest from Alton Towers. Trust me, we've got a lot of content to come across Apple, Spotify, and YouTube as well. Some content, some of the shorter content is exclusive just to YouTube, but the longer content, such as this, will be across Apple and Spotify as well. So make sure you do subscribe to every single one of them platforms. Listen back, download, subscribe, click notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video on that platform or any other upload across other platforms. Comment down below or message me your thoughts, because I'd love to do some future content sharing your thoughts. I may look at doing some future Q&As as well in the future. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, thrill seekers of all ages, let's analyse Siren's Curse at Cedar Point. So firstly, we're going to touch on the location of Siren's Curse. Now, originally we were thinking, hang on, they're teasing a new attraction here, it's water-based, surely it's replacing State River Falls. Well, it doesn't seem to be the case. This new coaster is set to be located around the back of Valraven, near towards the Iron Dragon, and opposite or near the Cedar Point Marina, which is the kind of lake area where some of the boats are, and you get a nice view over the lake. So it's a nice lakeside ride. It fits very, very well with the location. You can just see it around the top of the turnaround section before you reach that big drop on Valraven, the B&M dive coaster. It's around the back of Iron Dragon as well, so you'll be able to see it on ride from the suspended swinging coaster, the classic Arrow suspended swinging coaster, Iron Dragon. And it's a pretty decent location for this ride. I think that, for me personally, I wasn't expecting this at all. I was expecting a State River Falls replacement for 2025. However, I do get why they're maybe taking their time with that one, sort of, you know, choosing their choice more carefully. However, this is still a very, very good addition, and the location is perfect for the theme, the name, and the type of roller coaster you'll be experiencing in 2025. So without further ado, let's go through the backstory of Siren's Curse. The legend and lore of mysterious creatures living beneath the surface of Lake Erie comes to life with Siren's Curse, North America's tallest, longest, and fastest tilt coaster. Often spoken of, but never spotted, the sirens of the lake, who lured sailors to their underwater demise with their sweet, seductive songs, will finally rise to the land above Cedar Point and attempt to entrap you in a sinister 2-minute fate of non-stop roller coaster innovation. Located across from Iron Dragon and near the Cedar Point Marina, Siren's Curse is set to lure its riders in 2025. Will you answer the Siren's call? So let's give you some statistics for this ride experience. We have a length of 2,965.9 feet of track, manufactured by Vekoma of course, a height of 160 feet at maximum height, a max speed of 58.4 miles per hour, 2 corkscrew inversions, 13 airtime moments, and a 90-degree angle on the tilting drop. Now let's give you a layout description. You'll hear the echo of the sirens' chilling melodies as you ascend an old 160-foot tall Lake Erie shipping crane tower, the sounds growing more sinister as you reach the top. Your fate will hang in the balance as you encounter the roller coaster's signature moment, a dead stop on a broken off section of track. The creaking platform holding your train will slowly tilt you in a 90-degree vertical position, forcing you to peer straight down with your hope your train will be connected to the twisted track below. As the train locks into place, you'll flee from the beckoning call of the siren and plunge into the abyss, speeding through 2,966 feet of track at a top speed of 58 miles per hour. Come face to face with 13 weightless airtime moments, 2 360-degree zero-gravity barrel rolls, and a high-speed triple-down element with twisted and over-banked track. The legend is real, and you'll hear it and see it if the ride's trains feature an over-the-shoulder lap bar with flexible vest restraint. The vehicles also feature 2 firsts for Cedar Point: onboard audio, allowing the sound of the siren to envelop you as you escape her grasp, and high-tech LED lighting on the exterior of each car, mimicking the silky motion and eerie nature of the mythical creature from the top of the tower to the adrenaline-pumping journey below. Now, Carrie Bowman, the Vice President and General Manager of Cedar Point, said this in an official statement: "Record-breaking thrills have always been at the heart of Cedar Point's roller coaster lineup, and Siren's Curse lives up to that standard. The entire ride is an experience filled with non-stop action, but that first precarious lifted position where you're hanging on, looking straight down, and waiting for the track to connect will be a signature moment our fans will love. It's a first of its kind for Cedar Point, and we're thrilled to bring it to our guests." Now then, we are going to analyse the logo, the trains, the track colour, everything like that. But first of all, in this analysis, we're going to talk through my thoughts on the idea of a tilt coaster coming to Cedar Point next year. Now, in terms of the model, in terms if you want the specifics and the history behind this project, it's looking very much similar, if not a carbon copy, of the Cliffhanger model by Vekoma. Now, the Cliffhanger model is a base type or base model creation of the tilt coaster, and it looks fairly similar, if not vaguely similar, to the Cliffhanger model. So this is what we're going to be experiencing: a Cliffhanger tilt coaster concept model coaster. And this is going to be a wonderful investment. Now, the fact, first of all, they're breaking 3 records with this: the tallest, longest, fastest in North America. It's brilliant. I feel like a tilt coaster is one of the rare types of roller coasters that Cedar Point are missing from their colossal lineup of roller coasters. I think that Siren's Curse is going to be a wonderful ride experience. We are going to analyse the name with the logo as well. And for me, I think Siren's Curse is a really good thrill addition. I think while they wait for the right replacement to come along for Snake River Falls, when they work on Top Thrill 2, when they've got plenty more in the pipeline, I'm sure, in the future, I do believe, in my personal opinion, that Siren's Curse is the right addition. Now, obviously, they could have gone with different things for next year, judging by the teaser. They could have gone with a water coaster. They could have gone with something for the water park, sort of addition, a type of addition, like a water park type addition. They could have gone with a flat ride with a water theme. They could have even added, I tell you what, when they released that teaser, which we did upload on this channel a couple of days ago, I, in the back of my mind, thought water coaster for Snake River Falls as site, or a flat ride like a Zamperla Big Wave, something like a water theme, or something that includes water in the ride experience, or even just something simple as a twist and splash, even if it's just that kind of family ride. That would have been really good as well. The fact they're going all out with this and introducing a tilt coaster to Cedar Point next year gives it a really good sense of, originality, innovation, creativity. And I think they're going to have a really good job marketing and promoting this ride. By the way, I'm wearing the corkscrew shirt for those of you watching on YouTube. So I'm repping the old classic Vekoma. And I chose the right shirt today because Siren's Curse is going to be manufactured by Vekoma. And what I'm going to say straight away in terms of the layout is Vekoma has knocked it out of the flaming park. They've knocked it out of the park completely. It's a wonderful looking layout, and it's a thrilling layout for those riding on Siren's Curse, escaping the grasp of the Siren's Curse. Now then, what about the name, and what about the logo, and what about the trains and the track colour? Let's analyse all of that in this news update. So let's analyse the name and the logo. Siren's Curse. Again, like I talk about all the time with attraction logos and names and things like that, straight to the point. It's, it says everything it needs to say. At first I was thinking, is that the name of a scare maze for like a Halloween event for Cedar Point? At first you're sort of thinking scare maze. It'd be a really good name for a scare maze. For a roller coaster, I think it's straight to the point. I think it offers exactly what it says on the tin. And I think that it's really good from a marketing perspective because you can create some incredible merchandise for Siren's Curse with that name, with the logo. and on some of the types of merchandise you could produce from a marketing standpoint for this new ride. I think that Siren's Curse sells very, very well on shirts. You could do some really nice underwater tie-dye shirts with the black logo. You could do different color variations of the logo and add it to different colored shirts, like an even darker watercolor for the shirt, main design of the shirt. And I think that Siren's Curse sells really, really well as a brand and as an icon for the park. Now, in terms of the logo itself, if we're looking a bit deeper into the logo itself, you've got a nice spiky pointy end of the N in Sirens, you've got nice curly S's, you've got Curse in a bit of a different font style, which makes it a bit more standout. Sirens is very classical, which fits with the theme of, you know, the old, back in the days of the old sailors and the sirens luring them away. Curse is obviously a bit more horror-like, a bit more bold, a bit more standout to go underneath the classic lettering of Sirens. And I think the two, you know, the boldness and the horrorness of Curse and the classic curly, twisty, you know, horror style of the classic Sirens part of the logo, I think the two blend together very, very well. And here on Chall Chats, we are a very big fan of the logo and a very big fan of the name for all of those reasons. Now then, what about the train design? So as we already know, we have onboard audio. We also have the LEDs. It's two of the firsts for Cedar Point. I'm glad to see that they're going with that. And as you can see, with the train itself, it's over-the-shoulder restraints as well. And in terms of the actual train design, I like it. I'd like to see it maybe look more like a Siren. And this is just me coming from a storytelling perspective. If they can customize the train to make it look a bit like more of a Siren rather than just an icon style train, because if you look at the design of the train for this tilt coaster, it looks very similar to Helix, Icon, even though that's obviously Matt rides. It has similarities. I'm not saying it's completely similar, but it has some similarities in my opinion in terms of the modernness of the train design. It looks very modern, less like a Siren, more like a modern Mac. And hopefully, fingers crossed, make it look a bit more like a Siren. Hopefully they're just concept trains, just normal original concept tilt coaster trains. Hopefully, fingers crossed, look a bit more like a Siren or make them look a bit more polished off. Obviously the purple, obviously I don't think will be definite either. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll change that a bit as well and make it look a bit more standout if they make them look a bit more like Siren-like trains. But we'll just see what happens with those ones. I think it's a nice colour scheme anyway, with the black and purple, black and pink, with the pink LEDs around. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see what the final train design is going to look like. And finally, the track colour and support colour. So they're going to go with black or grey blackish supports and a red or a faded dark reddish colour scheme for the track. And again, I think to a certain extent it works with the area around them. When I think of Sirens, do I think of red? I definitely think of black or a greyish black, because obviously that references back to the original logo of the ride. So I do get it from that standpoint. I think the black supports hiding the red track is obviously very, very faded. It's very, very smart. From a track design, would I have preferred something like a greyish blue? Maybe. Not too blue, and not too light blue, and not too aqua blue, but maybe like a faded dark aqua blue, maybe. Nothing too dark though, so it sort of hides into the support colours maybe. But I do think the red stands out. I think red, meaning the blood of the enemies, you know, finished by the Siren. I get it from that standpoint, if that's the direction they're going with the track colour in terms of a storyline perspective. Overall, for me, I think it's very, very interesting. And I think one positive I will say about the track colour, I think it definitely stands out. Like, you won't miss the ride. Obviously, there's parts of Top Thrill 2 that you may get faded in between, but I think that I think the colour scheme for Siren's Curse is a standout. You won't be able to miss it. And I think it's alright. I think they could have gone with a different one to reference the Siren a bit better with the track colour. The support colour's fine. The track colour, I would have maybe gone with a dark aqua blue. But here on Chall Chats, I think the red still works in terms of a storyline, the blood of the enemies killed by the Siren. And I think for me, I think it does stand out. So I do rate them on that from a track colour perspective. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen, thrill seekers of all ages. That is everything with Siren's Curse. Here on Chall Chats, we are a massive fan of this brand new tilt coaster for 2025 at Cedar Point, and we can't wait to hopefully experience it in the future. We are reaching out to the park for potential interview opportunities about this new project, so fingers crossed we'll get some good responses alongside the rest of the parks that we're reaching out to provide some wonderful content here on Chall Chats. But fingers crossed, Siren's Curse becomes a great investment next year, and I think they've knocked it out of the park in terms of the layout, in terms of the name, the logo, the branding, the icon. I think they've knocked it out of the park. And I think that a tilt coaster is probably the most surprising announcement this year. This has definitely been the most out of the blue announcement so far for 2025, because we didn't expect a tilt coaster. We didn't expect Cedar Point to really go for that kind of roller coaster for next year. And with the removal of State River Falls, we fully expected them to replace it in 2025. So I think from that perspective, it's probably the most surprising announcement for next year. But I am all here for it. Here on Chall Chats, we are all here for it. Siren's Curse at Cedar Point in 2025 is going to be fan-dabby-dozing. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for watching and or listening to this theme park news update analysing Siren's Curse at Cedar Point. I am the CHALL, ta-ra for now, and that is the end of your theme park experience.